Okay.
I gotta switch both of these, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've seen Big D play DDD.
Does this take me to a
all of
link?
today.
This does take me to a link. Okay, that's our side stream. There you go.
I was going to talk about the Icy's Bayo matchup. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
I've
seen it in Smash 4.
He's been playing DDD.
Oh, no. Sorry. I've never seen DDD versus Bayonetta in Ultimate. I don't know if it happens very much.
I think it's an island matchup. You would get Howl versus, and I don't remember the DDD's name from the island, but that is the only place, at least, that we would be in the vicinity to find. So it seems like a very Japan-esque matchup as well.
Yeah, right now, definitely Bayonetta making that DDD look very big.
Yeah, we saw the big DDD earlier today versus Mr. Beast Envy.
Yes.
It showed how good his DDD was, because it was a bit of a washing. We also saw Eddawg, one of the two, today versus Mr. Sherwood. That was a very close 2-0.
Yep.
I love Sherwood.
Eddawg also notably grabbing second with Ouch in doubles earlier. So one doubles partner able to make it through this round. Will the other one also be able to do so? Yeah. Obviously not favored against Big D, but I guess that was with the Ices, so it's really hard to say what where these players will be at considering this new matchup.
Yeah, I think part of it was Bayo Ices is a really bad matchup for Bayo, if I remember correctly.
From what I understand, it's bad because you can get interrupted with the other IC, but also I think if you're able to combo Nana, she can't DI or SDI or anything, right?
Yeah.
So you can just do a ton of damage and just kill her.
Yeah, but having to deal with the 2 hits kind of
Yeah.
makes your combo sometimes not true, especially on side B.
Yeah, that's
Big D spacing to not get the witch time, very good.
Yeah, definitely something we're going to be seeing a lot, though, being able to witch time that Gordo.
Yeah. For those unfamiliar, Big D has definitely been playing DDD for the entire year now. Yeah. He's been playing DDD for the entirety of 2024, at least. And Captain L may be somewhere in agreement because I think he's playing Sora. He played Sora today, which explains why his early knockout was a thing. Gotcha.
I did see that happen, and I was wondering about it.
Yeah. However, Big D's DDD looks to be a lot more successful, taking Eddawg to a very close game 1.
Yeah, right now, basically even, considering the weight difference between these characters and how much of a difficulty Bayonetta can have killing, this is even. Yeah. Never mind. I think that we've been on for like 20 minutes, and I've commentary cursed several things already.
Oh, you should have seen me versus time. That is a lot of damage, and that is a death. This isn't even game 1.
Yeah, lost stock. Both these players basically close to 0. They're going to take a lot of damage off this Bayonetta combo.
This might not be it.
117.
Oh.
A little bit more damage. Yeah, this is basically going to put you in kill percent for Bayonetta's kill moves, but you can still avoid those if you were good enough.
You got a lot of back airs to worry about when you're DDD. Up tilts because they lead into the back air, and as a heavyweight fast faller like DDD, that percentage range is very large.
Yeah, gonna have to be really cognizant of when you're tossing out those Gordos on stage right now because of that witch time, though. Could just get run up forward smashed.
Yeah, Big D looking to make all 3 stocks end with back air, which, to be fair, looks like a very insane move for DDD.
Back air will do.
That looks like a sweet spot. Yeah, so that's going to be it. Unfortunately, that's up to him because he was.
Sure, if you are okay doing double.
Stock battle. King TDD Bayonetta.
Yeah, sorry, brief interruption just to figure out some scheduling. But looks like we are heading into a game 2.
Yeah, Big D sticking with the DDD. I think this is going to be a consistent thing. I think he's I don't think it's going to be like a, oh my god, I'm down 2-0, time to switch to Ice Climbers. I think you're sticking with DDD the entire way, even if
That
you
happens.
are going to die at 50% to Bayonetta.
I mean, when you're picking up a new character, you do one of two things, right? You either full commit and then you accept that it's going to be rough for a little while, or you switch back and forth and maybe accept you're not going to learn as quickly.
To be fair, this isn't entirely a new character.
Sure. But when you start to main a new character, holy, yeah, Big D smiling a little bit at that one, knowing
I've lost
this
2
might
stocks
not
this
be so
exact
good.
way.
Somehow this game is going quicker than any of the major ouch ones.
Yeah, I think Eddawg has realized, wait, I'm playing Bayonetta versus DDD. This is supposed to be very good for me. DDD's, Big D's and Hales, at least when I played him as well, were very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just tough to deal with. But, I mean, you are 2 stocks down, you're at 114%. You're going to get back, or not
Is this it?
quite, no, because, actually, okay, yeah, it was a little close.
That's a 3 stock for game 2.
We might see a switch. I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I think, like, I think he's thinking about it. You can look at that face cam. He's pondering. Because keep in mind, this is a PGR C tier event.
Yep.
He's definitely contemplating it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I kind of assume. I
think that's valid.
This kind of caught me by surprise, though. I thought he was gonna try and stick it out the entire way.
I mean, maybe he's thinking, you know, if I get further into this tournament, I get more opportunities to practice the DDD.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, getting out early doesn't really help that much.
Yeah.
In that you get fewer games to practice overall. But
Are we listening to Electroplankton? Where's the music?
but this still is. I mean, you have basically put yourself at a 2-game deficit, right?
Yeah. And this can either be his confidence waning, or like you're just gonna have to accept that, hey, if Eddawg takes 1 game off of my Ice Climbers, that's the entire set. Which you put yourself in that position, you can't really be mad. But Big D's not a person to get mad in the first place.
No, and I mean, it depends on how confident he is to be able to bring this one back. I think the fact that he was thinking about it means this was not part of his plan. He wasn't like, I'm going to lose 2 games and then I can bring out the ICs, you know, and be like, I don't think this was his plan. I think he got a little bit caught off guard by how well Eddawg did in those games.
I think the plan was for at least 1 more set with DDD, and then you might switch to Ice Climbers.
Yeah, I think was expecting to be able to get further with them.
Yeah, because the entire pools was probably Ice Climbers, I'm pretty sure.
But once again, this kind of showing how stacked this tournament is.
Yeah.
You don't really get to play as secondary, even as the 2nd best player in BC, even in top 32.
Because you have someone like Mr. Sherwood, who is having close sets with Eddawg, who's now up 2-0 against Big D. It's just like, there's like a... Everyone's capable of beating everyone.
It's fierce in the middle right now. And here, this is what we were talking about.
Is that going to kill?
That Popo can't get there. It's not going to kill this time, but that's a lot of damage.
I think the first hit of Fair didn't connect, and that is why it did kill.
Yeah, doing a very good job of keeping these ICs separate right now, and I think that might be
it for
enough
Nana.
to kill Nana. Oh, you don't even... Oh, sorry. I actually got tricked by the classic Big D color palette swap.
For all intents and purposes, we can just refer to it as Nana if it makes it easier.
No, I mean, I always think of the primary IC as Popo and the other one's Nana. So, yeah. Even though Big D is using the other colors, we're still going to call the one that he's controlling Popo, I think. Yeah. Good down smash there.
And we all know that Big D's Sopo, at least Ice Climber Sopos in general, they just, like, develop a very keen sense of, I'm going to play great now that my Nana's gone.
Well, you just have to be really careful, right? You don't really have the same opportunity to make mistakes. Just fully charging that up smash.
I'm kind of shocked that didn't kill, but
only 1 IC, right? If both hit, that probably would have been enough to kill.
Yeah, but I thought Nana's up smash was like a 0.7 times knockback multiplier or something like that. So if you hit both, then it's like it's stronger to hit 1. But that might only be for something like back air or F smash.
Interesting. The small details of playing Ice Climbers.
Yeah, no, well, because we were lucky. UBC's lucky enough to have Insanity, and Eddawg's lucky enough to have Bayo combos, because that is Big D down 2-1.
And if that was Big D's plan to switch the ICs and win the set, it's looking okay, but not as good as you would like, considering he still has 2 more games to win after this one.
Yeah. Eddawg's really composed, at least on the player cam. He's just kind of chilling, leaning back in his chair. I
mean, yeah, you know you have games to play with. Even if you're just like, I'm just going to gather data, that's good. But can get easy to start getting in your head when you're like, oh, I could win this one, and then, you know, if you don't, I could have won that one. Oh, this is bad.
Oh,
this is a bad
sent the wrong way, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is worth noting, I'm pretty sure Popo has more % done than Nana, so it's going to be slightly harder to kill Nana than the 60% it looks like she's at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, just jostling back and forth for control at the moment. You can see Big D keep trying to go really high.
Oh, that was a really bad
He's
SD.
dead? Yeah, that's tough.
I think he was expecting to hit Nana with the downwards afterburner kick, but as a result, you can't, and then you also used your double jump. So all you have is up B and air dodge. There's no,
I mean, Bayos, right? You gotta SD at least one stock in the set.
Chat's popping off a little bit. We have like 110 viewers right now.
Welcome, everyone. Hope you're enjoying this. Big D finally able to get the first game. Gonna probably stick with the ices, but I mean, that was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, especially after Eddawg's really good second stock.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving Big D at a very bad deficit. But then
you were
able to clutch it out.
Yeah.
I think part of what makes Ouch and Big D so good is that neither of them really have fear.
Yeah. They also adapt really well. Like, that's something that's common between both of them. Like, that game was close, but now Big D has had one game of Icy's experience against this Bayo, and probably going to feel a little bit more comfortable calling out certain options, punishing certain options.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We're going to be the Hall of Bastion on game 4. I think both stages are good for either character. I think Ice Climbers definitely like the long space. You could, or at least Big D does, because he's a more neutral focused guy, so you're able to sort of play back, sort of think a bit more. And Bayonetta is able to
barely hang on right now.
Bayonetta is also able to abuse the big space because, of course, one of your biggest flaws is landing. So you have like a lot of space to land on. So you probably ban like what, Battlefield versus Bayonetta, and then some other stage.
Yeah. But like, this is looking very reminiscent of our first game. Big D taking a little bit of damage, but going up a stock very early.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that that game was very close still. So, but right now being able to use that big central platform is a nice place to hide under for these ICs. Just toss out disruptive options, force Eddawg to approach, though this is kind of scary. That is very scary. So that's kind of the thing where Nana doesn't SDI, doesn't DI. You can just kind of kill her if you got her in the right spot.
Yeah, and of course when you're like a very good Bayonetta player like Eddawg is, you're obviously going to be super good at your resource management, and you can combo the Nana and not have to worry. And I guess evidently the Popo, because we've evened out the stocks here. Only like a 50% deficit.
I wonder
the
how
bullets push back the... wow, that's crazy. Sorry, continue.
No, I'm wondering how Big D's SDIing some of these things, because I'm not sure if he should be getting hit with all these full combos, but I'm not too sure specifically with ICs what the kind of situation is.
At low percents, I think you always want to try and go down, because after the side B, if you're too low for the double jump, the second double jump up B to hit, then you can't be taken up any. Oh my god.
Gets the bounce into the up air, but even with all of that, even with being a stock up at...
Is that... Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a gamble.
But you lose Nana for that, and this is not a great spot to be in. Like, we've talked about how Big D's Sopo is really good, but so far has not been able to show that goodness as much yet.
Yeah, like he's been able to like rack up a little bit of percent. We haven't seen like him taking a stock with Sopo, but like still racking up percent when you're at like 150. That's something that's very much worth it in the eyes of an Ice Climbers player.
Yeah, going for a lot of these Squall Hammers, or Sister Twisters as they are affectionately known in the BC community. Though right now, I guess it's just a Twister. That's going to put you in a really awkward spot. I don't think you can make that
jump,
back.
But there was a world, but it had to have been like super perfect.
Yeah, and once again, we could be on Big D's winner side stock. Depends on how Eddawg looked. Eddawg has been lowering the deficit every single time he's gone down a stock.
Yeah. Now we just have to hope that this current deficit can be fixed, because Big D seemed to have really stepped it up this last stock. He's like, yeah, I remember I'm in threat range again, so we're going to do something about that. Is that going to do it?
Yep.
See, that was only the Popo hitting.
Right, and that was the extra knockback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, close game with not a very close ending. A lot of it stayed close, and then it kind of took a strong turn for Big D in that lost stock. So we are heading to our second Game 5 of
Top 32. This has been this has been a very good top 32.
A close top 32. And that's kind of insane to think about because, again, like, these are really, really good players. Like, well-known good players like Big D and Ouch. And they are going to very close sets with players that are not quite as well-known.
It's like number, what, 56 and 43? It's like, that's in the world.
Yeah,
That's
something like that.
crazy.
Is Ouch only 43? I thought he was higher than that.
It's the other way around. Ouch is like 56.
Really?
And 50's like 43.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought Ouch had a couple of good performances, but I'm not too sure.
He's got the BC guys, but October was on the BC.
On the limerick?
On the little graphic.
Oh.
October was on it.
Cool.
Because he got first at, because it was a B tier.
Nice. Right, yeah. It was a stacked tournament because, yeah, having players like Onin, Elijahman traveling from various different places. But going into our Game 5 now, and this
This is Battlefield.
once again could really go any sort of way.
Yeah. Battlefield objectively being Bayonetta's best stage, I'm pretty sure. Makes me question why we didn't go there Game 4, but it's going to be interesting to see. Big D loves Battlefield as well, though.
Yeah.
The up air combos are so juicy.
Can get resets off those platforms, and right now it was dead even basically for a second, within a percent of a percent. And how do you get back to stage? Going to be able to Squall Hammer your way back. 84 to 70% at the moment.
Seeing Eddawg certainly starting to play a little bit patience, realizes, oh, on a platform, ice climbers can't actually do anything to me.
Just going for a random forward smash there. Not entirely sure what the motivation behind that was.
Might have been a misinput, or it was an attempt at a desync. This might...
Oh, barely getting hit by that last hit.
Nana.
Might have just been better to go for the up smash there, but of course, Eddawg probably knowing he had just not enough time for that.
Yeah, or like range, because
it
was a weird position.
Careful. Don't Bayonetta yourself here.
No up air from Big D, but that's also like one of the Bayonetta Battlefield things. You just land on the top platform, and you're like, even with all your end lag, you're fine.
Yeah, really, really even first stock right now.
Yeah. Is that gonna be it?
No,
Nope.
not gonna be able to
Too
get
high
the conversion
percent
off.
for that.
Yeah,
No.
Big D's gonna have to find. Wow, I think you still make that back as
Yeah.
Bayonetta. But many characters do not. But yeah, Big D gonna have to find something like that to get this
very risky. That was a very risky witch twist or witch time. And now Eddawg playing from a bit of a deficit. This is new territory because.
No,
Well,
he's
now it's
been
not.
down a little bit, but yeah, he's been bringing it back pretty quickly each time.
Yeah. Being able to remain composed is definitely something you're going to need to do, because like you can start getting the up air trains and suddenly you're at like 70%. It's like
just
why
like
am I
that.
at 70%.
Trying to figure out how to land. They get really weird, especially with those ices facing different directions. You
They're
take
so
forward
short,
smash.
so hitting back air is like really hard.
Yeah. Okay. Manages to avoid that little trick there.
Yeah.
Kind of a Big D classic. And just chipping on damage with those guns.
Yeah, and then bouncing the ice blocks back, you get a nice little damage, and now all of a sudden it's like not
Oh, that's all you
terribly.
want.
Yeah,
you got
that's
fine her. She's
you're
gone.
dead.
Yeah,
It was
hoping you would hope you can get some kind of like a revenge thing from that, but unfortunately Big D not able to get that time. And
You know
now this stock looking kind of bleak.
Yeah. Something I noticed was Nana doesn't have like a magnifying. Oh, is that
Up
it?
smash, up smash. Yeah.
Nana doesn't have a magnifying glass, so Eddawg had to go for an up air there as opposed to a forward air, because you don't actually know what direction Nana's on.
One of these interesting little quirks. But Big D is now on his last stock of this set, one way or the other. Eddawg's still holding on to his second one, and still holding on to his second one, and you can do so much as Bayo here.
Yeah.
You just need one good opportunity, get rid of that Nana, get one good combo on her, and that could be enough to close it out.
I do think an up smash will be enough, so that's why you see Eddawg staying on the platform a lot, which just leads me to go like, it's interesting that we went Battlefield.
Yep. Big opening here to do a lot of damage. Can you get one of those ICs isolated? You cannot.
That was quite large range of teleportation there.
Is that going to be it? Okay.
Okay, and once again, we are on lost stock of Game 5. 70% almost for Big D here. 82 actually, and oh no! Okay, a
Down
little bit
air,
lucky
that was
that's only as
interesting
badly as
down
I
air.
went, but...
Yeah, you gotta save Nana here, and you.
Oh no! Oh no!
That is the most unfortunate way to. Wow.
That is a brutal way for that set to end for Big D.
So that's Nana grabbing the ledge the same time Big D wants to up B, and
Yeah.
then you.
Missing Nana trying to go down to get him, but it being too late because you can't implement anything anymore. That is a truly awful way for Big D to lose that set. That's such a... It's an IC's moment, and it's just something that happens one of those times you kind of have to accept, and might be the reason that we're seeing Big D playing a little bit more DDD.
Yeah.
These characters can get tiring to play after a little while. So much mechanical intensity, so much room for something to go wrong.
So much playing next to the guy who is the most comfortable person around Ice Climbers in
True.
the entire world.
And, I mean, okay, but Eddawg played out of his mind in that set. Like, you can't blame bad luck for Big D for you winning 3-2
You
against
also
Big
can't
D.
3-stock Big DDD. Like, that's,
Exactly.
that shit's insane.
Like, shout out Eddawg for an incredible performance. One of our biggest upsets of the tournament, I believe.
Yes. Nothing really that comes to mind that's as big as that.
No.
You have like smaller ones like Ewan versus Legit 247. You almost had Yaya versus Seesaw.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Speaking of
Seesaw.
Yeah. Speaking of new games, if Red X is somewhere in the area, I think he's going to be replacing me soon. There's a intense game happening on the side stream. We're gonna find out what that intense side stream game is. Ludo. Ludo is playing an important set right now. We're gonna figure out what that is in a second. Anyways, they're kicking me off against my own will, which is a bit unfortunate, but